But master this rap shit. You hear the words coming from my lips, bastards. I never crack, I got that chapstick. I practice to that shit made perfect and serve it to the people on the silver platter. Now where's the ladder? Cause either you gon' whine or you climb, I chose the ladder. Know you haters is pissed, hold your bladder though. Before you get tossed like a forward lateral. We never tattle, let God handle that. Or let the mob handle that. No soprano, half black, half white. I'm a piano, I'm an animal. My video on Discovery Channel, I'm a beast. When my shit hit the streets, these niggas cease to exist. Like a beach in a tsunami, you'll find me in the Ville, in the state of NC. Bitch, if I ain't back home, I'm up in NYC. Bout that money probably, like a fucking robbery, but I ain't jacking. I'm chasing dreams, sorta like jeans, boy, I ain't slacking. I'm chasing dreams, sorta like jeans, boy, I ain't slacking. Hey, take a hard look at my drive, nigga, no hacking on my shit. I straight smacking niggas, straight tagging niggas. Y'all freestyling, fuck y'all niggas, y'all be wildin', and I'm out.
Hey, what's up, everybody? We're back here on our Tuesday night edition of the Walking This Way Impact Wars podcast. Of course, I am your host, Furman Jackson Jr., broadcasting out of DFW, Dallas, Fort Worth, Texas metropolitan area. Also, back with me in our virtual studio is Amber. Of course, Amber, welcome. How is your week? How's your day?
Sapphire, please.
My bad. Okay, Sapphire, my bad. But anyway,
right.
So we got Sapphire back in the building. Also, we have the Angel joining us as well. So we want to thank her for joining us also. So the Angel, how are you doing also?
I'm great.
And also, like I said, tonight we're having some conversation. We're having some mature conversation, some words of wisdom conversation, the thing to help us better here on the show. We want to make sure we bring in great information. We want to make sure we're doing some healthy dialogue. We want to make sure that we're bringing our audience, our fans, great information that they can go apply. And all of that, learn to create some things themselves in a positive way. So we're talking about some great things. So I know Angel, I know you, and I know Sapphire, y'all are into the credit arena when it comes to establishing great credit. So I'm gonna let y'all kick it off with that because I'm not an expert in that. But y'all are actually in that arena. So y'all just go ahead and chalk it up, bring out great information, give us a rundown when it comes to having great credit in our country, in our world.
Yeah. I'm gonna let you take that. Okay. And let me just step in and say, because what he said at the beginning, let me just say I give my perceptions and my truth as I've researched it and seen it. I don't want anybody to ever really go out and follow me to a T. I just want to ignite thought in people so that you can find your own path. And I don't know that I'll ever know everything 100% of the way. So
right.
But
yeah. No, I totally agree with what you're saying because I do actually have a business in credit, but I always tell people to do their own research on everything that I state. I know, I do have a lot of experience, and just like you said, stuff is always changing. I have to go back and get up my studies and stay up with what's going on because it's every generation, every century, every year, it's something different that goes on in the economy, and that's why it's very important to stay looking at researching everything and what's going on. And a lot of times I feel like the problem with that is people don't like to read, so it's so easy not to know a lot of things was hidden, and so it's easy to not know about credit and how to go about it.
But I'm glad this is coming up, and I said the expertise of what y'all have learned from it. How has this broadened your horizon, and on some of the information y'all have received for y'all personally to be able to share? Because a lot these are things that we have not talked about. These are things we have not been addressed. Especially when it comes to the credit cards, when it comes to buying all these things on credit, but when it comes time to paying these things, we don't do it. And
because we want to run out and just get the card and then get excited. When one thing that I've learned is the utilization is one of the biggest things about how you're going to get higher credit limits and get approved for funding. Is the way you use your money is more important than you getting the money. But can you elaborate on that a little bit for us, Ms. Ebbs?
For sure. And you can call me the angel. Yes. And I think it's just, like I was saying, a lack of education. Some people really, truly don't know, with how to use credit. And as far as the utilization, that's why it is important. Your payment history, how you pay for it, and keeping actually paying the credit card off is very important with future purchases, especially in today's world where everything is getting ready to go like credit based. And so you really need to learn it. It's types of hacks too. It's different type of hacks that you can do with the payment and your utilization. And so I'm gonna tell you one hack that helps me, paying it before the statement date and also paying it on the due date. So those things also help with your credit score. And so a lot of times people get confused about that. It gets deep. A lot of, you think you're just supposed to do things on a due date, but actually looking at the statement
date.
Yes.
So the dates that you pay back matter.
Right. Even down to the date. Yes. So like the statement date, a lot of people don't know that the statement date is what get reported to the credit bureau. So that's why it's important to pay that down because it affects your balance. And so when these companies are looking at your balance, it helps them determine if they're going to give you a loan or a car as well. So it's deeper than just having to pay it on a due date. And that's the part that can get confusing too as well when it comes to credit.
Or having a 750, 800 credit score. Just once you get the credit score, there's like this excitement, like, oh, my credit went up to this, but so many other factors go into it that's like step one.
Yes. Yes, and that's the thing. You can have a 700 credit score, and then you can have someone that have an 800 credit score, and they go into a car dealership, and they'll give it to the person that has the 700 credit score because their profile looks so much better than the person that have an 800 credit score. So it's about the scores. That's definitely a big factor, but it's the actual profile itself.
Right. Removing those inaccuracies, I heard, were good too. Like if they have 2 or 3 old of my addresses, or they got my name spelled wrong on there and stuff like that, you want it to be as clean cut as possible.
Right. Yes. And that's where you have to learn those consumer laws. That's another thing that comes with credit, is learning about those laws and what can and cannot be on your credit. You can actually sue these companies for having your wrong name. Something as simple as having the wrong name.
Oh yeah. Yeah, because that does affect a lot too. Because what about job employment? Does that affect too as well?
That as well. Absolutely. That's your personal information. So think about it like that. That's, you know, I had mentioned it briefly on the last time I was on your show. And I was like, treat your credit report similar to like your birth certificate. Would you want your wrong name on your birth certificate? No, they have to correct that. So yes, when you see something wrong with that, you have the power to sue them, because that's not how your personal information is supposed to be looking.
Right. That's it. I agree. That's what's up. Before we go in the front, I want to give a big shout out to Darren, big shout out to Daniel in the comment section. He's gonna be on the show Saturday morning with us as well. So big shout out to him. Also big shout out to my friend Maria as well. We don't want to forget anyone who's in the comment section chiming in with us tonight. We're actually talking about a lot of great things, great information. They say when you know better, you do better, and that's what it's all about. Make sure we have all our ducks in a row. Like you said earlier, any little thing on our name or something can throw everything off as well. Because I know people go leaps and bounds trying to get things straightened out. We know that identity devil's out there heavy as well. That's out there. Well, don't leave your information hanging around. That's another thing we do. Because people actually go through your mail, correct? I mean, actually go dig in the garbage.
Looking for people's mail. That's why my mama will not let me throw away my mail. She's like, bring it to me, baby. Just put it all. Let me shred it for you. You know?
No, you have to be like that. And then you guys, this technology is getting so advanced. And if I don't know if you guys have been looking at the news lately, but it's a lot of hacks and people information that's been happening as well. So.
And also, I think they get your voice too as well. That's why they tell you when they be calling you and stuff. They
voice. Oh my god!
Yeah, they're actually doing that. That's why they
too much now. We need y'all to calm down, hackers. Like that's why they were saying it on TikTok. Like, can you hack into the debt system? Can you take away my debt?
Help us, yes.
Bills, okay. Then we'd probably be more to give them some money.
Absolutely.
You can set up a donate fund after you help some people. Come on.
And that's it. So we got also big shout out to Jenna as well. She's on the show with me Saturday. So big shout out to her as well. She said, yes, speak on it. Hey, it's out there. And then she also said there is a lot of hackers out there. Yeah, that's true. Be careful. Be careful what you leave around. Be careful, especially at home. If you're at home, you got people coming over to your house.
Don't make sure your house.
Yes, you got to, because people go through your stuff. They can see stuff on your table or information, whatever.
That's your sanctuary. You know, be careful what you allow into your sanctuary. I don't care how lonely you feel. Don't just let people in your house. You know?
That's it.
And I wanted to add, because I was thinking it when y'all were talking earlier, like it is 2024. I feel like we should be past the point of like accepting things that are unacceptable. You know, they say I don't like to read. Okay, there's a million audiobooks. You know, if there ain't for what we need read, maybe me and D'Angel, we need to get together and start reading them and making an audiobook or something, because it's too easy to touch knowledge to be living without pursuing it. I mean, even if it's in little tidbits, do something, but don't accept like, oh, I wasn't taught that in school. Those excuses are not going to change anything and build that generational wealth that my babies and everybody's babies and the next generation needs. Because if we focus just on what social media is giving us, and the only way that people are seeing to make money now is through content, which is putting their whole lives out there for people to judge. You know, I mean, we have to show them another way. You know, we've learned another way. It's there for us. So yeah, those excuses got to be nibbed.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I agree on that, because it is real out here, and we know now individuals now are looking for shortcuts. They don't. Back when we was coming up, we had to go with that long road. We had to put in the work. We had to put in the time, the energy, the resources. Now individuals are looking for shortcuts. They want the shortest route now, especially when COVID hit. When COVID hit and that pandemic hit, a lot of people just didn't care no more. they got complacent, they got lazy, and remember they were using that not to do things no more.
Yeah.
And then, so it's like I could make money at home just on social media, but like I said, but how far are you willing to put your personal business out there for get money off content?
Right. If you have you ready, like the picture's ready.
But I can't say, and not trying to like go against what you guys are saying now. I do like how innovative, like they're integrating things now with technology. I do like that and how they are, able to make money offline. I think that's pretty cool and smart, but you still got to find a way to balance it, to integrate, the old ways of doing things into this new era and not overdo it. Like you said, you got to have boundaries with the things that you put out there, because that's when you open the doors for hackers. Like, you see how we're talking right now? Hackers can take my face right now and just put a different voice to it. So you have to be very careful. Like,
I agree. Yeah, you're right about that.
Face, okay.
You're right about that, because you're right. Well, you're right. It's real out here. So big shout out to Carl Roberts from Rise and Elevate. He said you got to elevate yourself.
You really do. I mean, it's up to you to elevate yourself. I mean, and I seen a post on TikTok yesterday that was like, the very demure is like, see how I just stay in my depression for 3 days and how I get up and I don't stay here for 6 and 8 months or whatever. Right. And it made me laugh, because it's like, it's okay that we get down. It's okay that things get heavy, because man, my load gets heavy on me sometimes. And it's like, that's where you have to adjust, change what you're doing, book a vacation, put it out a couple of months, do something that's for you, so you have something to look forward to. But nobody's gonna do it for us.
You're right about that. Jenna said valid point. She said, why judge people that choose to do that? Well, the thing about it is how you utilize it. I don't want to say judge people, it's how you utilize it. Now, people use social media for business purposes, and you got some use it personal. But you got to know why you use it for, and you got to know why you're using it for, and what your purpose why you're using it for, because we know that social media is the number one marketing strategies out there. Because you think about it, you just reaching people all over the world, right in the comfort of your home. In the United States, you reaching third world countries, so it's all about how you're using it, stuff like that. But some people use it for different reasons, so I just look at it, especially when you're doing podcasting and when you're doing live feeds and stuff. Me personally, I think it should be for educational purpose. It's just me. Because if you got great information, you want to share it, and you want to actually help people along the way. Because that's just me. What y'all say about that?
I agree.
I feel like it was just more so not the judgment, but the dangers that come alongside. Like, be aware of the dangers. Like, do what you want, but also be aware of those dangers when you do consequences.
Yeah.
Right.
True.
That's it. What she say? She said it is some. Let's put it up right quick. It is some of us is that entertain purpose on and use it for comedy. I mean, yeah, you want to make people laugh. There's nothing wrong with making people laugh and use it for entertainment. I know some people take posts very, very seriously, which I don't know why. Because it's your opinion.
They want to.
But the thing a lot is, if you don't like someone's post or you don't like someone's content, they say, you don't have to respond to it. People like to respond to stuff.
Yeah.
Like, if you don't like it, move on. People like to go back and forth on social media for what?
Yeah.
They're like, if I say something, that's my opinion. That means it's not up for debate. That's something that I believe in. You believe in something different. So I'm not going back and forth. But some people like to go back and forth, like, whatever your beliefs is, that's your beliefs. You can't sway nobody from their beliefs. Which I want to say about that one.
Go ahead, Amber, let them know, because I know you got some good.
I mean, you choose what you put out online. So if you're putting out something that can cause that, I mean, well, one, whether it's good or bad, you don't know what you're going to attract. So just be ready for whatever you attract. If you put something out there that is racy or, you know, be it comedic or sexual or a part of your life that you don't know how people are going to accept, be ready for it to come from any and, you know, avenue that it might, I guess. Like, don't let it break you. I mean, be true to you, because if you are true to you, then you don't give a shit what anybody says anyway.
Yeah, I mean, stand on your square. She said, "Yeah, I hate that people take it too serious, and I just joke 24/7, literally." Yeah, you know, I hear a lot of women always get bashed for they think they post on their page.
Yeah.
I mean, why is they always? Because she, like she said, she does it. But people take everything serious. What they do, because you can say one thing, just like I said something that I said, sex is an experience between two lovers, and people took it a whole nother way. Because you take how your wonder look at it. but see, people they say, well, yeah, you posted, yeah, that's when they married. I mean, you look at it any way you want to look at it. But I don't be caring about that stuff. Life is too much stuff going on. Like to worry about what somebody say. But people butthurt a lot of stuff sometimes. I don't know. People
definitely sensitive, of more of a sensitive type of people. I ain't gonna just group everyone in the same, but I guess it's
individuals. Yeah,
it's just we're just in a times. I'm not even gonna say generations. We're just in these times where people are just a lot more sensitive, a lot more sensitive. So that's why, again, you have to be mindful. And then, like Amber was saying, just don't care. I have been in situations online where people have even went to the extent of, you know, telling lies, trying to ruin my reputation and things of that nature. And so just from that experience, I have just learned to kind of censor certain things when I post online. So, you know, I just take that, but I don't think that is a bad idea to do comedy, things like that, you know, to laugh, but you just have to be mindful. For sure.
Be mindful. Just be mindful, ladies and gentlemen, of that. Also, Carl said something. He said, I always check your credit report. How often should we check our credit report?
Ooh, I check it more than social media now.
That part.
In the morning, it's important.
I check mine every day. I check mine just about every day, but at least once to twice a week, because and it's good to have several different types of reporting systems. Like a lot of people rely on Credit Karma, but Credit Karma can have wrong things reported. So I try to check, you know, my Experian, my Equifax, my TransUnion. You got Credit Sesame. You got so many different type of reporting systems. So I just try to check all of them to see that they all are aligned.
And there is that one that you can get, what is it, myfreecreditreport.com or something, but there's a free one that you can get every year that's from the three bureaus.
Yes, it's the free annual report.
That's it. Yes.
Yeah, you get that once a year, and it shows you everything. And it's really great to get that. So that way, if you do have anything inaccurate on the report, then you can use that as your foundation to start disputing those things.
Because some of the online, I was using Identity IQ and then working with a gentleman, and he had me download Free Credit Now. And what I found was, like, the one didn't have the account numbers on it, you know, and the other one had the account numbers, but it was like I could see that both of them had different information. So finding that one that's going to show you everything is good, because I'm like, why does this one not have that? You know,
right.
Yeah. That's it. Because Jenna said she does hers twice a month with checking hers. And then she also said, I check my credit report often due to making sure it's okay.
Yeah,
and that's good. You know, twice a month is good. Mm-hmm. I'm sorry.
Oh no, you good. Go ahead.
No, twice a month is good because at least you're checking it for one. But definitely, oh, I'm sorry. I think my screen went away. You definitely want to check it like at least once a week too, and at different, like Amber was saying, at different reporting agency, because they're all they all report different things. And if you find one on another one, that's another dispute way that you can go to get your credit right. Because one little thing can be causing you from getting that home loan you want or that car you want. It could be something so small. So it's really important that you get it before it gets to a point where it affects you down the line.
Right.
That's just up right there. I know we got people that does the repair. Some people say, how do we go about paying it off? Like paying these things off to get it removed. Some people say that if you pay it off or it doesn't work, help me out with this.
So that comes down to two things. Okay, so with me, yeah, I do help people repair credit, but I like more so educating people so that you can do it yourself. I'm more so big on doing that. And also, it's always good with that education. You know, you wouldn't get yourself into those bad habits or not having to pay things off. That's why I like to educate. But if you do, because life happens. It's laws where when you do have certain things on your report with these reporting agencies, is that you don't have to pay that back once it reports to a collection agency. Right. So you can get that. And let me rephrase that, because this is a disclaimer. I don't want anybody like, oh, she's telling people not to pay their bills or anything like that. Right. So you still will be responsible for that debt according to that company, but you don't have to have it on your report, is what I'm trying to say. Is you don't have to pay it back if you don't want to, and it don't supposed to be on your report at all.
Yeah.
And that's the thing.
Yeah.
And it makes sense because I know with this lot of stuff we have to know. And I think also student loan debt. We know a lot of people deal with student loan debt, of course. And I think it was implemented.
They took my whole taxes.
Yeah, and then I think if you don't really pay it, and also I think also you don't really pay it, it can affect you not getting your Social Security as well, because they go on your Social Security wages.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I got my diploma, 17, 18 years ago. And I was paying little bits here and there, but I always had like this $11,000 debt with the government. And then maybe like I worked in the field that I got my diploma in for over 13 years. It took them they took the last of their money, I'd say at year like 14. You know, and I mean, not in a bad way am I saying this, but I encourage my kids to go to school for what they will be happy doing and not worry about the money so much. Because I worked in the field for 15 years and I'm still working within the field that I got my diploma in. And I owed them, and that was on my credit for so long. But they got their money eventually, like they got all of it.
Now the IRS and the credit, they work hand in hand in ways, for sure. And well, I can definitely discuss that with you all at one point too. But it's best to actually, yes, like he said, it's best to pay them and or get a arrangement or something like that, because like I said, that's the credit and IRS can work hand in hand, but it's also a separate entity that has its own piece of rules and regulations. So you want to make sure you know what you're doing when it comes to that. But you definitely can get student loans off your credit report. You can get that completely wiped off your credit report, even if you still owe them something.
Really?
So none of that's supposed to be on your credit report. Anything that can harm you, and this is a law that can harm you and damage you or damage your reputation, is not supposed to be on your credit report.
Yeah, because I'm looking at something. I just pulled up something too. When it comes to the federal student loan, there was an article back in January 27, 2023. It says, reading our editorial guidelines here, beware. The government can take up 15% of your Social Security income if you default on federal student loans.
Wow.
They sure can.
Right. But that's going to be like a last resort. They're going to go through so many other avenues of trying to get you to be current. Like you were saying, D'Angel, arrangements, making those arrangements and not defaulting and stuff like that. And that's where I think what you mean about education and learning, you know, that it's more important to go ahead and keep those agreements you make with the creditor. But with the laws on consumer law, like if say you have a whole lot of things on your report, you know, then understanding that law and those being not wiped out where you don't owe it, but then reporting it
right
is what's against the law. So that's where you have to learn that knowledge to be able to dispute it in the right way, so that that's no longer hurting you, so that I don't get, because I'm working on fixing mine because I want a big house, not a little, you know. I don't want to have like I go get a car and you put a 20% APR or something like that. Like
absolutely not.
Crazy stuff like that. But when you fix that stuff, then we can go on a better foot, get a better loan, get a better rate.
And you know what? I'm glad these are kind of conversations that we're having, because these are very important conversations that we need to be having on a regular basis. In other words, so we get in our subconscious mind that it become more of a second nature to us when it comes to these things like that, especially when it pertains to our future, when it pertains to our family and lives, that these are things we need to implement more. So we get the ball rolling. And I think it's a fun process because we actually sit down and put a plan together and set a deadline to get these things done for ourselves.
Yeah.
It should be fun. Enjoy the process. They say enjoy the process. So let me ask you, where should we start when it comes to getting our credit done? Should we start with the big stuff first or start with the small stuff? Or how should we trigger that? I know some people have questions. Should I start with the small one first or should I start with the large one first and work my way down?
You should definitely start with actually learning how to read your credit report first. And then once you learn how to read your credit report, then you'll know which angle that you can tackle. So you wanna start, the very first thing you want to start with is your name, making sure that your name, your address is the occupation on there is correct.
Right.
Addresses, you start at you. And then you're learning the different factors, and then that way you'll know, okay, this way I can tackle it from this way. Because sometimes you got to start big, you know, when it comes to after you go past learning your name and everything. So it just depends as far as that go, but always start learning how to read the report first.
It makes sense because I know a lot of people, a lot of individuals struggle with it. They struggle with learning because these are things they're not really doing on a regular basis. It's like we entrusting other people to take care of these things for us by knowing that we should take care of these things ourselves, learn to take care of these things ourselves and make it see, oh, that's not interesting to me. Oh, that sounds boring, but this stuff is important.
I mean, you could pay somebody to do it. Somebody was trying to charge, and to me, it seemed like an outrageous monthly amount. And I was kind of, and when I combated, I was like, can you explain to me like the value in the money and what the return is going to be when I put up this $1,000 a month type thing, or and that's where it kind of ignited, like, even if that's me just giving away, there has to be some trust there, because I'm giving away my everything and all my information and not knowing what's going to be done with it. Like, and I think that's where people get in trouble, or they find things not, I don't know why there's so many credit repair people.
Yeah. It's like, that's, that's kind of, I don't say that's weird, but why is individuals keep doing the same thing? We see when everybody do the same thing now you got to question it, because the best kept thing is always the best kept secret, where everybody don't know anything about it.
There's people who are doing it right, that there is a way, because otherwise if there was no real way and everything was fake about it, then it wouldn't be so repetitive,
I agree. Yeah. And like I said, like you were saying, I'm sorry, it is good, it's nothing wrong with paying someone, but it's like, what are you gaining from, are you getting? And that's why I always stress the education, like getting continuous education and learning those consumer laws. And that's the process. It's not something that's you're going to learn overnight. Right. So yes, and I feel like the field is so saturated is because it like you said, it does work. Right. But the issues, like with all things like that, you're gonna have your good and your bad. You're gonna have people that are gonna see that something is doing good, so they're gonna take it and try to, scam people,
manipulate it and scam it.
Mm-hmm. Right. So that comes with every field that do stuff for people. So those are things you got to be aware of. You just have to ask the right questions to make sure that this person really knows what they're doing.
Right.
Yeah, because they can make stuff so commercial nowadays. Like everybody's doing it now. It's making it so commercial.
That's where knowledge comes in, because and that's what we're saying is like ignite that thought. I don't want people to hear our show today and say, oh, I got to fix my credit. Let me just go get somebody and fix my credit and go to Joe in the projects. They say he know how to do credit repair. Like if you research it and you're teaching me the knowledge, that's not like D'Angelo, the way that you're teaching it is that it will stay with me. Right. You know what I'm saying? It's not you just trying to do it for me and here, fuck it, pay me and I got you. Like, no, pay me for my time. And I'm going to teach you so that you can keep it. And that's where that real value is.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm glad you brought that up. And that's what it comes down to. It's like, I'm going to pay, like, okay, spill milk. We're going to clean the milk up. But then that's it. But you spill it again. What's going to happen?
Right.
You got to keep from spilling it. So it's got to be a solution. I think somebody said this on the show a while back, being more solution based instead of being problem based. Mm-hmm. Like you said, okay, I can help you clean it up, but now I have to educate you on how to maintain
that again.
That score. It's like the maintenance, and then I would like individuals forget the maintenance part. Just like a car, you got to keep the maintenance up on your car to keep your car running. Yeah. If you don't, it's gonna break down on you. I guess we gotta look at the credit score the same way. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna help you clean it up, but now I'm gonna educate you to maintain it, to keep the maintenance up on it, for a time comes. So I'm glad you brought that up, because a lot of people just want to take people's money, or say that individuals want to take individuals' money and just leave them stranded.
We're too hard for our money, come on, like. No. And, we want to be better. Like me personally, I started investigating credit and I'm only at the tip of knowledge. Like I'm just barely diving into it, but it's like, it excites me. It excites me for my kids that have no credit, Like my son is 20 and he's asking me, Mom, what do I do? What moves do I make that are going to be best for me? And I'm like, okay, well, we're looking into a couple of different things, but I'm having him read and I'm reading,
Good. That's awesome. And that's where it started. That's when you carry that on from generation to generation to generation. And now we're not lost as a people on what's going on.
Right. Because we got to train ourselves. We got to train ourselves. So we got to get to train the mind and to get these things down pat. And also, man, make sure y'all are paying y'all stuff on time. Now I would say that again. So y'all won't take him, like you said earlier, the angle that people want to, they're telling people not to pay their bills. No, pay your bills on time, but pay your bills on time. Make sure you're paying your rent on time. Make sure you're paying your car note on time. Make sure we paying these things on time. And not only that, when you're paying these things on time, these things get reported to the credit bureau.
Right.
So like when I pay my rent on time, this stuff it goes to the credit bureau. You pay your car note. They got places now, they help you rebuild your credit, establish your credit, and the more you pay these things on time, it helps out with your credit score. I'm correct. Helps out with your credit score. You pay stuff on time. Yes. Also, you pay your car when you paying. What about when you paying stuff all the time? That helps out too, right? When you paying this stuff on time and.
Yeah, so I do have a disclaimer with that as well. The more you get deeper into your credit, once you get your credit at a certain point and you start learning about different factors and things like that, you also want to be careful with that, because a lot of companies, they have it where you can report your rent on time, and then you can use your debit card and things that you pay for at the store, they'll report that. But just remember also with that, you're being tracked as well. Like they're looking at what you pay for on a daily and things like that. And certain things like that can be used against you, later on.
Bad habits.
Right. They're tracking things like that. So you want to be careful with that as well. But like I said, it is a good thing if you're trying to, you have a certain type of goal you're trying to accomplish with that, but just be aware at the things that you're letting them report.
Right. But also make sure you pay them bills on time. Pay the bills on time. Don't be late on it. Put out a budget. That's another thing too. Make a budget for yourself, knowing how much you make within 2 weeks, how much you make monthly, how much you make a year. Break that stuff down as well. If you got rent coming up, how much you need to put aside. Like Major 500 come, they have budget.
Yep.
But
when
it comes to our mentality, that sound like a dirty word. It sounds like a dirty word to some people. Ooh, a budget. They may seem like, no, but it's being disciplined.
Budget is good. I would just encourage people to put themselves within their budget. Because a lot of times, me personally, I do, and I have a lot of stuff that I manage. So I'll go through it, what I call it, a little manic episode and fuck the budget. I'm going to treat me, and a lot of times that treating you first, it's a mindset. It's like, who wants the clothes and the hair and the nails and the this and this? And so they have to do that stuff first, but the mindset has to shift to become that woman who is saving all her money and wearing the old clothes and actually focused on that change for the future versus what I want today,
Yeah, and then they all got places now where you can actually make extra income now. You can do Uber, you can do DoorDash, you can do Lyft. It's so many ways for you to make extra money. It's like it's no excuses now.
Right.
With some people, like, because I had a conversation with somebody a while back. I said to the point now we have to have multiple streams of income coming in. Now, where things are going now.
Yeah, I mean that's true. That's definitely true. But not necessarily. I manage my home on my one income. So I'm tired of that as like being a single woman, I got a lot of kids or whatever.
Right.
Like, people looking at like, oh God, she has a whole lot of weight, oh God, like I don't want to get into that situation. I'm comfortable. You know what I'm saying? Bills paid. Like you get used to doing it. It should become second nature. Just as long as you don't have episodes where you go get a new car payment that your ass can't afford, or
right,
get some loan to go shopping at the mall or something like that. Don't do things that are gonna put you in a situation where you're having to scramble and bend and beg because nobody care if you can't pay your rent, or like especially if they seen you flossed out at the club a week earlier, like
right,
don't live beyond your means.
Yeah,
you're right. You know what I'm saying? It's all about how you put it, having discipline. You gotta be disciplined. You know what I'm saying? Live within your means. You know what you can and can't afford. And if you want to do something, plan for it. That's what you have to do. Don't get that itch. I gotta get out here and do it. And just discipline yourself. Buckle down. What did they buckle down? Buckle and just protect yourself, protect your income, protect your empire, protect your kingdom at all times. Like you said, Sapphire, nobody don't care. They don't care at all. They don't care if you're out on the street. They don't care if you lost this. All they're going to say is, oh, I'm sorry for your loss. That's all they're going to say. But
they even ask you for money.
Yeah.
What you got?
They're going to make a comment on social media about you.
That's all they're going to do. I mean, make sure you got your priorities together. That's what it comes to being with someone. Make sure y'all on the same page. Communication is everything. We got to communicate.
If
we don't communicate, we're lost. We're lost. So talk about these things with your spouse, your significant other. Y'all talk about these things. It ain't all about romance. It's all about romances. And
there was this book, not to interrupt, sorry.
No, you good. You good.
Talks talked about that. Like, people take dating and use that time for dating to have fun and go out and spend money, when that's really when you should be sitting down with the person, asking those hard questions and actually digging deeper to even know if you want to be with the person past 6 months. Like, we need to stop wanting instant gratification and want to go out and have fun and be seen. Everything is wanted for a pretty picture. Like, get down with me and let's talk about why you don't talk to your daddy, or like, you know, why you don't sleep good at night, or why you think all women are after your wallet, you know, whatever it is that you're dealing with. Like, I'll tell you, you know, and I think that comes with knowing yourself and that self-discovery, to know like what's wrong with you.
And
go ahead. No, go ahead.
So she was preaching up there, seriously, because like you were saying, everything don't have to be for social media. And to truly discover yourself, you have to take a break from social media. You know, you have to take that break to actually discover you. And a lot of times they put these things on social media like, you're supposed to be this way, you're supposed to act like this. Like, no. I'm
tired of seeing men proposing, and TikTok wants me married so fucking bad. You know, like, I'm tired of seeing them. But you really got to pay attention to what's being fed to you and how it's affecting your mind or what you're looking for. Because Lord knows, my kids know that's not even what I'm looking for. But you'll be scrolling and then you're like, man, why ain't I got nobody? Why am I by myself? Well, crazy, you know why you're by yourself. Like,
you know, I enjoy being by myself. I really do, man. You
do. Like,
it's a peace of mind. You got work on your. I mean, this is the best time you actually working on yourself. You actually perfecting some things in your life. You actually learn how to have more structure. And I think we talked about this on the show too. That when I was talking to you earlier on the phone, Angel made me think about having a system in place. You know, all greats had a system in place, a system set up for success. And that's something we can learn our own. So learn how to have a system in your own life. Why are you single? Develop these habits, these routines while you're single. Enjoy it. Why I gotta make things so complicated? Everybody gotta make things complicated. It's like you go out for a drink. Or you going for a drink by yourself? Yeah. I mean, if I meet someone along the way, cool. Hey, that was up. You know, I go to the movie by myself sometimes. If it's a good movie, I'm going to see. I go by myself. Somebody questioned me one time. So you go to the movie by yourself? Why is it be mandated to go? Because tell you about it, if I'm taking you to the movies, we can't talk anyway. Right. I focus on watching the movie, so we're not having no conversation until after the movie.
I'm gonna be asleep.
I'm just saying, like, you feel like you have to be with somebody. Take yourself on a cruise, you know, just playing. I mean, you got to live an extraordinary life. You know what I'm saying? It's like, hey, I'm having fun. I'm enjoying myself. I meet you along the way. Cool.
I mean, just feed yourself too. If we're on our phones and social media and all the apps and the TV shows and the movies, they're all feeding us something, but we don't want to read a book.
I love reading books. Oh, man. I love reading books. I got a library in my closet full of books. I love reading books. That's one of my. I can read all day. I can highlight stuff, meditate on stuff. I love it. I really do. Because we feed our mind. And now today, I remember I was dating this girl back at home, and we had we made this pact, and we never get a chance to do it, but I want to implement this thing. What books we were reading. Our goal was, okay, I'll read a book, you read a book, and whatever we read, when we get done reading that book, we will come together and talk about what we learned from the book.
Yeah, that's cute.
Yeah,
man, best date to me. I don't care what nobody say. You know the best date is. The best date to me personally is going to the book. Hey, Barnes and Nobles, Books A Million. Hey,
library.
Library. Because it's art. We're having an experience where we're stimulating our minds.
Right.
I want that stimulation mentally. Like, that's attractive to me. Oh, man, you know a lot of stuff. That's attractive. That's sexy. That gets my attention. It's not about how you look.
Exactly. And like Amber was saying, if you don't like to read, they got these audio books now. They got so many different type of ways that you can get the information. So it's really no excuse to just be caught up in, these other things that's not really elevating you.
Right. What about dancing? Some people take up dancing for a hobby. I'll just throw that out there.
Hobbies are good.
Hobbies are
dancing.
Do something.
See, that would make people extraordinary because you are an extraordinary woman, you're an extraordinary man, and y'all doing extraordinary things separately. But when y'all come together, make some more extraordinary things,
right?
Because of the things you're learning, you're allowed to be open-minded. And I heard this yesterday too when I was at work. We're so close-minded that we're not open-minded to a lot of things. As they say, you get stuck in your ways, but getting outside the box, which I want to say about that. Getting outside the box, thinking outside the box, taking risks. We know being successful is taking risks.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Not to be afraid. A lot of times we be afraid to take risks because it's like, I think the biggest loss is when we don't take the risk in order to be successful when it comes to making changes. And I know that's very uncomfortable to people, making changes, because we've been doing the same so long. When something new get implemented, we buck against it. Why is that?
It's the fears. Like change can be scary, especially if you don't know how that change is gonna look. It's like the fear of the unknown. Just go back to like Harriet Tubman. She freed a lot of slaves. However, there were some people who did not want to go because they were afraid.
They
was afraid. Like, if I go, what if this happened? It's the what ifs, and then you start to talk yourself out of stuff, and so it's that fear.
Yeah, I agree. It's like when you transition and moving, if it's like you get into that carnality part of, oh, I gotta drive this far, oh, I gotta pack this stuff, oh, I gotta do this, and and like you said, we talk ourselves out of this thing. So it's like,
imagine.
I don't want to get off on the side of the road. If I drift on the side of the road, I'm not gonna do it. But if I just get past how I feel, get past my emotions, and just do it. Because like when I made that transition here, it tried to get to me on a carnality side. But oh man, that's a long drive, and I gotta do this, and I'm gonna do that. See all these things, and that's what people come in with their anxiety, and that's why people panicking.
You start to believe it as truth. What somebody else is saying, oh, nobody's gonna be there. Imagine how many people are stuck in bad situationships, relationships, marriages, abuse, because they think about all the steps it's going to take for them to be okay when they walk away.
Right.
And just being comfortable with the situation. Like, you don't know how much power there is in being uncomfortable. You know what I'm saying? And really, like, that's one of the reasons, and I didn't say this, but why I'm stepping away from the name Phoenix, because I was in that energy when I started calling myself Phoenix. And this has been for I've been on my own for 9 years out of my marriage. And I was Phoenix, stepping out of the ashes and like overcoming. And I used to say, my kids gave me the name because I used to say I felt like I was on fire inside of my spirit, literally. But damn it, I'm not on fire. Like I'm not trying to spend no more of my time climbing out of ashes because I've built myself out of them. Now I'm creating them myself just because I've become addicted to the chaos. So, I mean, we have to become aware of what we're doing to our damn selves.
You know what? I'm glad you brought that up. Sapphire, you had put some in your story, and I thought that was interesting what you put in your story about the words.
Oh yes, blessed, be less, black, be lack, be lack. Like, I mean, I don't know if you go to the Bible was first written Hebrew, and then it was translated into different languages. Now you got the new versions, and there's so many different versions in the King James. And those words have been changed. The English language, what these words actually mean, what we're speaking, the power behind our words and how we say them. Like my daughter, universal law. I'm big on universal law and the Hermetic principles, the law of vibration, cause and effect, things like that. But my daughter, she said, I don't want to ever have no kids. I said, the universe don't hear don't. You know what I mean? Or like, there's different words that they carry a lot of power that we're not aware of.
Absolutely.
And so that's where I say what is speaking to me, you know, or what's making me feel like less. Learning how to step away. If it is as simple as TikTok showing me a lot of things that make me feel like because I have kids, or like if I see somebody on Facebook post that don't nobody want no single mom of 4 or 5, I'm deleting you because I don't need to see shit like that. Because yes, they do. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, you're gonna make me feel it, right. You know.
That attack on single mothers and stuff. I see that a lot.
It's a lot. I mean, I get it. I'm just saying. Or if it's even a woman, Miss D'Angelo, you are a businesswoman. You handle your shit. You know, there's a whole lot out there that speaks on how men are intimidated by women who do that.
Right.
You know.
Well, you know,
when you're scrolling, how often you see that? Is it putting the belief in your mind that these men want a lazy bum bitch? They don't want somebody who's on their shit. You know.
Right. Well, see, the thing about it is, Sapphire, they don't look at the whole overall bit. And I guarantee, and to be honest with you, and I keep it above, the main one who be bashing single mother, be the main one they DM, be the main one want to sleep with them.
Yeah,
they do. Right. And then look at the whole overall big picture. Just because she's a single mother, does that make her a bad woman? No. Things happen. Let's say that she was married and she became a widow. Her husband died of some natural causes. That happens too. But let's say this. She's a great woman. And there's a lot of great mothers out there, single mothers out there who are wife worthy. And you gotta look at the whole overall picture. Look how she raises her children. She's raising her children up in a respectable way, mannerable way. Good qualities. Because if you decide to have a child together, you say, okay, you know what? We do try to have a child together, I know that the child will be well taken care of because I see how she does with other previous children. And they don't look at the whole. They go around once again. They listen to social media. Yeah. They listen to these content creators. Stay away from these single mothers. They are bad. And they listen to these folks instead of being a free thinker. And just because a woman who is single and don't have any kids, she could be the worst person out there. I'm not saying all of them. I'm just doing that as an example because we're a lot like a single man. Just because he's a single man, he ain't got no kids. He could be a narcissist. He could be an asshole. He could be lazy. You know, he could be incomplacent. He could be inconsistent. You know what I'm saying? We don't look at these characteristics. They just go by what they see before them. So you can't say all single mothers are bad. You got a lot of single fathers out there. Does that make him bad because he's a single father?
Oh no, the stigma looking at single fathers is sexy. It's like, why you got the baby? You know?
Yeah. Oh, you must be better than the mom type, right?
But then let's say the mother let's say she died. We have a lot of mothers who passed. You have a lot of men who are widows. You know what I'm saying? They wives passed. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. They don't look at the whole overall big picture. Yeah. They just go by what somebody told them, and somebody's going by their experience. That's all. Instead of being free thinkers and say, you know what? Yeah, I hear what you're saying, but that happened. Your situation, my situation, so different. I can't say all single mothers are bad because a lot of great single mothers out there. That means she's on her post, she's on her stuff, she's responsible. What man don't want a responsible woman unless you want somebody dumb?
Right. I mean, I'm speaking more on attraction and what we attract to us by what we allow ourselves to be influenced by. Right. That's what they call us on. That's what we are when we get on this podcast and we speak our perceptions. We're influencing the people who tune in or choose to or choose not to. Right. That's why I said anything that I say is my experience, you know, and my perception, which if I gain more knowledge, like a few things that D'Angelo has said has been like, okay, yeah, I get that. And I need to kind of focus on that a little bit more. But it's all to be growing. It's all to grow.
Yeah, that's it. Because I was looking at the word trying. I just pulled this up.
Oh, gosh.
The meaning of it: trying, difficult or annoying, hard to endure, So we gotta be careful when we say trying.
See, so you're telling. So I say I'm trying. So repeat it one more time.
Difficult or annoying.
Okay.
Hard to endure.
See, it's hard to endure. Like I'm trying to tolerate my job. It's hard to tolerate. It's really speaking curses.
Oh,
yeah.
You're not realizing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking it up now. Similarities, stressful, difficult.
But you know what, y'all? That's why it's good to speak your intentions before you start your day. Because once you speak that, even though, and that comes from your heart,
Mm-hmm.
And so even though you may be speaking these words, because it's so hard to undo it. Like, of course, you can study and practice and everything, but, you just want to speak those intentions. So regardless of what you're saying that may not be in alignment, your heart is in alignment. And that's what's going to matter at the end of the day.
That's so true. That's so true.
Like the men are broke.
That it reminds me of that Bible verse that says, like, forgive them, Father, they know not what they do. We don't know all the words that we're saying or what we've been trained or what so many strongholds and beliefs that have been set in us, especially as melanated people.
Exactly.
That we don't. So I pray for everyone that Almighty give that grace and that covering over them in their lives, that through that pursuit of truth and knowledge, we can set our intentions. I'm going to start doing that more, setting the intention first in the day. That's one thing I hate about working from home. And I got to start getting outside because I miss driving into that sunset and being able to be in the car. That's when I would listen to my audiobooks and setting my intention with the new day. That's why I tell people elevated beginning, because it is a new day. Like,
I love that.
So we got to be careful what we be saying.
Yeah,
we do. Broke. How people say I'm broke. Penniless. When people say I'm broke, you keep saying I ran out. What broke is you ran out of money. So you keep saying I'm broke, you're always gonna be out of money. You keep saying I'm broke.
That energy is that energy behind it. Your intentions. You said it. So you gotta think. You gotta elevate your thinking.
Yeah.
And always do a reset too at the end of your night.
Yeah.
That's gonna start you for the next day.
That's it. Like how people be saying in the adjective. Can I borrow $10? I'm broke until payday.
We'll be in Houston.
But we gotta be careful what we say when we say broke. When you say you broke, you penniless. You're a beggar. You down and out, hard up, impoverished, needy, penniless. You're poor when you say these things. Wow, these are adjectives with the word broke. Dirt poor.
Not dirt.
Needful.
Yep.
Why would you ever want to?
Poverty stricken. So we gotta be careful when you say I'm broke. These are some negative words we put on our lives. We gotta be careful. Let's see. Let's pass the collection plate for him. I don't know.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so we gotta be careful when we say these words, ladies and gentlemen. That's why either he is or we ain't. So when we say trying, we're saying it's hard to endure. Wow, man, it's some awesome stuff. Hey, we had some great time on the show. We're gonna be back here Saturday, of course. So
Tuesday, I'm gonna start. Wednesday.
It's Tuesday. Oh, it won't be a show tomorrow night. Because I'm going to the Dallas Cowboys practice. So we won't be doing a show tomorrow night, but we're gonna be doing one Saturday. So we'll be back Saturday at 11 Central, 12 Eastern. If you're on the West Coast, 9. So I'm glad I just thought about that. Would not be a show. That's why I said we gotta wait. We gotta wait till Saturday. Yeah, gotta wait till Saturday. We do a show at 11. But we had a great time. But before we go, of course, Sapphire, go ahead and plug in your social media outlets. How can they get in touch with you? How can they follow you and all the other great stuff? So go ahead.
You can follow me on Facebook right now. It still says Phoenix Sapphire because Facebook is playing with me and won't let me change my name.
Really?
Yeah, I think I got to do it on the computer, so I'm gonna try in a minute. But I am Sapphire, Amber Sapphire on Instagram and TikTok. I'm not on anything else, really. Facebook and Instagram. I don't do TikToks. I may start, I plan on getting my poetry out a little bit more. I appreciate coming on this show and talking my perceptions and stuff like that. Because that's what it's about, but yeah, you can feel free to reach out to me anytime.
That's it. That's it. So reach out to her and keep with all the great stuff that Sapphire is doing as well. All of the stuff I know you do it. You put together a lot of events as well, especially when it comes to the music.
I thought about where I'm going to go tomorrow night since we're not going to do the show. Always Speak Easy on Thursday nights. Doors open at 9. We stay open till 2 a.m. And that's at Creators Don't Die in Dallas, Texas, off of 320 Regal Row. So we're out there every Thursday. Great platform for artists. Also, if you're a photographer or a model, you can network with Creative Clothing out there and Publicity Stunt, who are between here, Houston, Atlanta, all around the states, doing amazing things. So I'd encourage everybody to show up to a Speak Easy. It's a weekly event, so the more we can get the word out there and have it be that consistent crowd, the better. But we have a good time every Thursday night. I have nothing else going on. Oh yeah, we do got the Heart of the City coming up with DFW Music. That's going to be in November. So that's the Heart of the City. I think this is our 4th annual Heart of the City. So I'm very excited to be with my team on that. That's it.
Also, it's with Angel. Go ahead and post what you got going on. How can people get in contact with you and follow things you're doing?
If you guys want to learn more about credit repair, you can follow me at Pinnacle Insight Consultations. I don't have a lot of content right now on there, but I'm going to start posting, a lot of educational material for people to learn from. And also, if you want to learn about skincare, of course, you can follow me on Touched by the Angel or LaBelle Poe Day Spa. I talk about everything skin on there. So yeah, that's all my. On Facebook, I'm just known as Esthetician the Angel. So you can find information on the credit there too as well.
Man, awesome stuff. Like I said, these ladies are doing great things, ladies and gentlemen. So make sure you follow up with them, keep up with all the things they got going on. A lot of positive things, and that's what it's all about. So we will be here back here Saturday morning at 11 Central, 12 Eastern, 9 on the West Coast. We got Daniel Sullivan. He's gonna be on here. He's a influencer. He's a speaker, and gonna be talking about kingdom principles and stuff like that. We said, Stepdad Johnson said, I got some stupid staple to my credit. I got some stuff stapled to my credit report.
Yeah. Gotta take it serious.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, you got to take it seriously. So, like I said, back here Saturday, won't be doing the show tomorrow. Going to the Cowboys practice tomorrow. It's a tradition that I do every year, of course. So I'll be there tomorrow to watch their practice. Just get out, man. Y'all get out, enjoy yourself, learn some things.
Cowboys.
Always a Cowboy fan. I'm always America's team. Always. But besides that, get out. What was I?
I said I'll still troll the Cowboys.
Oh, but hey, America's team all day, every day.
Funny.
All day, every day. Win or lose, I'm still around with them boys. But anyway, but get out, man. Y'all enjoy yourself. Find some things to do. Just make the best out of life. Life don't have to be so. And I know, Sapphire, you made something very important too. Now allowing things, not us allow things to come in. Still not a lot of time through the life, we allow things to come in to wreck we allow them to wreck our lives, and we should get better.
Get better. Yeah, no, it's like recognizing you can get everything that you want, and then you're like, who's giving this to me? Because it could be the devil or it could be the Almighty. And like, you really just have to be conscious of what you're asking for. Because because you get it. Like, what about when you get it?
You handle it.
Yeah. Because it's like we keep giving our seat to people that don't need to be in that seat next to us.
Facts.
We give it loosely instead of no, that seat next to me is exclusive. It's not for everybody.
That's why they put so much. I'm so sorry.
Nah, you're good. You're good. You're good.
But they put so much on people being narcissistic. Like, oh, that person's a narcissist. Like, nigga, I'm a narcissist now. Okay. Because I'm going to put me first in every single aspect of being. I'm going to put what's best for me first. Call it what you should.
There's nothing wrong with that. Yeah, you should. I agree. You should put yourself. There's nothing wrong with that, because even the scripture tells us to love your neighbor as you love yourself.
And how can you love anybody without loving and doing and feeding yourself first?
And that's what we forget. You gotta love yourself first. So love yourself first, respect yourself, and take care of yourself too, man. Take care of yourself, fellas. Make sure you get your hair cut regularly. Make sure you keep yourself trimmed. Make sure you smell good. Hygiene is everything.
Get facials, males. A lot of men don't know about getting facials. It's a good thing to do.
Oh yeah, all that dirt, dead skin.
Right.
Go get your feet done too, fella. I get my feet done. Get your feet done. Take care of yourself. Take care of this body.
Please.
Because I mean, you in the industry, the Angel and stuff like that, with the spas and stuff. Because y'all be having stuff to detox your body too, right? Like,
right. We have something here at my spa called the foot detox, and that helps get black metal out of you. It helps get toxins. We get so much pollution throughout our body throughout the day. Like just going outside, touching stuff. You can touch a tree and get a parasite in your body. So, it's just good to do things that help alleviate some of that out your body, because you'll never really totally be clear and pure. But, you can do things to definitely get you healthy.
Yeah, they said I seen something the other day that said like women over 30 need to go and have something like that foot detox to remove metals, something to remove metals from your body that have been like accumulated over a long period of time.
Right. That's
like,
good.
Is that what that foot detox kind of is, or is there like a full body?
So the foot detox will help take that out. But it's other things that you want to do that aid with that process. Like you can get colonics. I get some called a colonic every month that helps get. Yes. Now it's getting kind of deep there with the colonics, but what does that do? So the colonic go up your backside, but it's pulling everything out your gut, because your gut health is one of the most important things that you can do for yourself and your body.
Mm-hmm.
So once you clear that out, start taking care of that'll alleviate a lot of issues that women over 35 may experience as well.
Is that an expensive procedure, or is it considered a procedure? Because like a colonoscopy, but it's not that.
No, it's not that. It's not a procedure in that way. So it can range from like $100. It just depends on your budget. You can
That's not bad. $100 not bad.
Yeah, when you're doing it like once or twice a month, starting off. Some people do it more, but I always recommend, and I'm not a doctor or anything, I always recommend to, at least go once or twice a month.
I mean, yeah, a doctor gives a hypothesis. And what is the Hippocratic Oath? My son brought this up to me the other day. They all have to do a Hippocratic Oath before they become a doctor. Go read what a Hippocratic Oath means, okay?
Right.
Because it'd be so much stuff on the inside of us that we don't even realize that could be affect us long term.
No, this stuff is backed up from when you were a child. And
you know what I'm saying? That's why I'm saying that this stuff been going on and it affected us as we got older. Yeah. It's just like with brain injuries. People don't understand. You could got hit in the head as a child, it didn't affect you then, but later on in life, it affects you long term.
And how would you know? Like, I don't know. My daughter swears I'm ADHD. You know, I got other people who swear I'm bipolar. You know what I mean? And it's like, okay, but I love me just how I am. So if I am those things, but there's a whole lot of like, I feel undiagnosed, you know?
Right.
But
I mean, that's where you get checked out. That's where you go and get it checked out, because
have somebody write on a pad what they think is wrong with me. It's not going to change what's wrong with me. It's, you know, the only thing that can change whatever I am going through in my body is me being disciplined and changing it, changing the eating habits, getting the parasites removed. Like, what was that TikToker Whitney Houston thing? It's like, I don't know. It was Taraji P. Henson. He's like, I don't want the candy. The parasites in me want the candy. You know?
It's true. And parasites have the power, you know, and this is kind of spiritual too, you know, to have you do things that you wouldn't typically do. So that's when you go get these colonies, you change your diet and things, you're releasing a lot of things too on a spiritual level. So yeah, it's you know, in the Bible it says your body is your temple. That's literally, you really have to take care of it on all aspects. And then another thing, what you were saying with, you know, a lot of these things are Google diagnosis. So when you're looking at this stuff, it make things worse than what it really is. It could be something simple as you needing to clear your gut out to be more focused. You
go to the doctor, and then the doctor puts you on a medication you now got to take forever, and then he wants you to have a surgery, you know, and stuff like that. And you really don't know. You've not tried any other options,
right?
Yeah, because it's a $1 trillion industry. You said something. You just said something on that note. It'll come to me, but they it's $1 trillion injury. That's the injury. It's $1 trillion industry, so you know they're gonna keep you sick. They're gonna keep you buying down this medication.
Yes.
Always, you know, they're gonna do that. But it's always good to stay healthy. It's always good to know these things, learn these things, because we have so much information now compared to we had so much limited information. But we got a lot of information out there now. Like I said, detoxing, the gut. Big shout out to India Smith on the YouTube side. She said, "Good evening, guys." So big shout out to you watching us as well. But that stuff is important. Getting the inside clean out, because we got so much stuff on the inside of it that been sitting there for so long.
Yeah, and detox is necessary before you really start working out too much, or like detox first.
I heard about that too. They tell you that detox first.
Yeah.
So what is the best detox? What's the best detox out there?
She just said, I'm trying to go get that.
That is the best. And you know, you just have to find the right, because I don't win it now. So when it comes to that, I don't really like giving like an exact detox, because everybody's body is different and you really don't know. So you have to be careful with following different trends when it comes to detoxing, because what works for one person may not work for you, and you actually could make your body worse when you do certain things. So you have to be very careful. So you just have to know exactly, you know, what works for you when it comes to certain things, and try to stick with something that don't have. I can say that this is when you do choose the detox for you, make sure it doesn't have a lot of harsh chemicals.
That's what I was gonna say, because I just ordered a detox. It's a probiotic. It's like a 15-day cleanse, but the ingredients are all vegetables.
Okay.
So I was like, because I was looking at the different ones on Amazon, I was like, man, I don't like laxatives and stuff like that. If anything, give me a high fiber mixed with the vegetables, to me, felt like a better option than a pill that's going to try to just gutter clean me out. Like,
right, absolutely, I agree with you 100% with that.
Yeah,
so those are things you want to look for.
Also, sleep better too. Sleep better. You want to sleep better. Change your mattress. You know, they have mattresses too that help you rest better.
Right.
Sleep better and stuff like that. These are things that we don't really think about, but these things are we need to think about.
Yeah.
Right. Absolutely.
So when we sleep, we're supposed to be Sleep when we sleep, it's supposed to be a beautiful thing when we sleep. I know people have struggling sleeping and with sleep apnea, and we need to find somebody expert on that kind of stuff, like educate on get the proper sleep, the proper rest.
I mean, like, people have insomnia and different things. To me, like, spiritually, sleep is the, like, giving the body rest, you know, while the spirit is still moving, and they talk about ascension and things like that while you're sleeping. So that not being able to sleep, like, I could sleep all day. I could sleep all day, but at night it's so hard for me to go to sleep. All day I'm sleepy, but at night I'm wide awake, you know.
And some people like that because some people like being up at night. Some people prefer to be up at night.
I'm more creative in the middle of the night.
Oh, that's some people say they are because they think it's around nighttime ain't nobody up, everybody asleep, and they're
quiet.
more
It's very
creative,
right?
And that's what they like about it. But hey, I just love life.
But you gotta understand too. Sorry for interrupting. That
no, you good.
A lot of things too. When you mention about on a spiritual level, our sleep pattern is off too. The way things are set, like the way society is set up. You think that this time, like you work all day, and then your body's not supposed to be like that. You know, you're supposed to be out in the sun and things like that. So that affects your sleep as well too.
Too true.
Oh, that's why I would say it's I know they have the different sleep apps that you use at night to calm you and stuff, like rain. I know people love sleeping through the rain. They said that's the best sleep when it's raining. That's the best sleep for them.
Yeah.
They got things to help you rest because when we get up, we're supposed to be full of energy when we wake up. But a lot of times when we wake up, we're sluggish. We'll lay right back down again. And I know when we get up, we're supposed to be like full of energy.
I think that has a lot to do with gut health too.
Yes, I was thinking that in my head. Great minds think a lot. Yes, that absolutely have a lot to do with your gut health and your energy level and sleeping as well. Once you start cleaning your gut, you'll notice a difference with a lot of things.
Hey, so it's some great stuff. Just some great stuff just putting out there. So we thank everybody for tuning in and watching us this evening. We thank everybody that's watching us on Facebook side, watching us on the YouTube side as well. If you're on the YouTube side, like, subscribe, comment, share, and get our numbers up on the YouTube side as well. These are things that we want to talk about on the show. Like I said, we want to bring in some great information. We want to bring in some stuff that's actually helpful, not negative, but actually positive. And if there's some things you want to share, we'd love to have you on the show. We'd love for you to bring out some great information, positive information, of course, that's going to help us take our lives to the next level. So, I'm going to start with Sapphire. You have any words of wisdom, any sign of life you want to leave you with the audience as we get ready to lead them to Saturday?
Love yourself. Love you where you are, crazy or not. Damn it. Love you. Show yourself the ultimate care and concern. Baby steps, whatever it is, like, love you. Yeah, that's it.
Awesome. What about you, Angel? Any words of advice, sign what you want to leave?
I love that. And just to add on to what you were saying, your body is your temple. So take care of that gut. Take care of your gut health. Do some research on that. And the more you elevate your gut health, the more you're going to see a lot of changes around you as well, too.
Right. So we get our waistline right. Get that belly be hanging over that waistline. So we got to get that.
Hey now.
It's not just physical. It's just not just physical. It's going to affect you spiritually, mentally.
It does, because people can say, like, oh, I like you thick. I feel terrible. I'm tired all the time. I can't think right. I'm lazier. Like, I feel so heavily affected, but my body still looks good. So it's not about the look. You can still be skinny. You could be skinny and still feel like shit half the time because of what you're putting into your body.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. So I believe in being healthy, take care of yourself. And you want to feel good about yourself energy, alert, all the other great stuff that plays a role in it. So, man, y'all have a great night. Like I said, Saturday we'll be here Saturday. Our guest will be Daniel Sullivan. He's our guest on Saturday. Like I said, he's an influencer. He's a speaker and things like that. Thank you, India Smith. She said, I just like In Stride. Great show, guys. Thank you very much. And we're live every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Saturday. So thank you very, very much. Like I said, we want to make sure we're bringing some great shows, great guests on these platforms because we want to help people, right? We're here to help people, and we're here to encourage people. We're here to inspire people. It's not to bash anybody or put anybody down, but we're all about growing. We're all about involving, and we want to make sure we're bringing some great information. I hear people say content, but we want to make sure we bring some great information, things that we know, things that we have learned that we want to share with our audience here on the show.
Right.
So we're off this thing, ladies and gentlemen. So till then, have a great night. Peace, everybody.
Peace. Good night.
Good night.
I like her.